you enjoy, like, subscribe, comment, and if you're new to my channel, hi, my name is Larissa. Concealer as my base, I'm setting it with the Tarte Contour Palette shade 1. Using the Anastasia Beverly Hills palette, I'm using Bon Fresco as my transition shade on a MAC 224 blending brush. Going into Love Letter with a much smaller blending brush, just blending that all into the crease. Blending that all into the crease until I get the color that I desire. Using my Wet n Wild blending brush, I'm just blending all the harsh lines in, making sure everything looks gradient. Using a small fluffy brush, I'm going into Realgar in the inner part of my eye. Using that same brush, I'm going into Cypress Umber on the outer corner of my eye. Using an angled brush, I'm going into Tempera to highlight or clean up my brow bone. Back into my Wet n Wild brush, just blending the highlight and the other colors in. Now to begin with the crown design, I'm using the MAC Pro Longwear Concealer to draw at the crown with my Inglot 31T brush. I know that the crown isn't as even as I wanted it to be, but this is my first time attempting to do this design. Cleaning up the points on the crown, I used an angled brush with Mass Useless Longwear Shadow from MAC. Using a big angled brush, I set the concealer with Primavera from the ABH palette. Using an eyeliner brush, I apply glitter glue and use the Too Faced Naked Tutorials Glitter in Glitterly to set it. I recommend doing little by little, applying glitter glue and then setting it with glitter and continuing to do that. Here I am just using a much bigger brush to set the glue with glitter. A thin line of eyeliner just so I have something for my lashes to sit on. Here I'm using my go-to lashes, Demi Wispies. I got those at Walgreens for like $5. Using any mascara, I'm just blending my real lashes with my falsies. Using my e.l.f. eye primer as my face primer, I'm just rubbing that all in. Just doing my regular foundation routine, I'm using the Lancome Teint Idol Ultra in Bisquick 4W. Blending that all in, I'm using my beauty blender from Real Techniques. My face with the Troll setting powder in Glow Rita with my Morphe M44. The concealer that I am using is the Maybelline Instant Age Rewind in Light Pale, blending that with my beauty blender all up in my T-zone. Setting where I put my concealer using the RCMA translucent powder. Using my Tarte Contour palette, I'm using the two darkest shades in the palette to carve out my cheeks and contour my forehead. Here I'm just cleaning up my contour with the RCMA translucent powder. Dusting off the bake with my e.l.f. brush. This is like the best brush ever for bake. Here I'm just like redoing my contour, making sure everything is just blended in. The setting spray that I'm using is the Fix It Plus from MAC.